What's going on, people, and welcome to Man Knows Football. You're here with myself, Guni, and Mr. Minerals himself. Johnny, how you doing, my guy?
I'm all good, geezer. I hope you're all doing well. Let's have it right.
Yeah, in terms of the channel, past couple of days have been quiet, but I've had to travel with the Barstool gang over there to watch the friendly Arsenal versus Everton. Obviously, nothing of interest for me, and it was on the same day that Chelsea were playing. But it is what it is. It's one of those things. There, I'm not going to say it was a bad time. Baltimore was a good experience. Good people there. It's mad actually, Johnny, because like I was really trying to be like trying to blend in and not trying to get noticed because obviously it's an Arsenal thing. So I'm not really trying to get all up in the cameras and all that. I know my place. You understand? Like I'm not trying to get all up in the Arsenal's business, cuz. So I'm leaving Troops and Zar to do what they're doing. I'm going a different way to them. A bag of Arsenal fans are showing love. It's crazy. It's actually crazy over here in America. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. So big up all the fans that did show love at that game, man. But listen, I say this respectfully. Bun Arsenal. We are here to talk about Chelsea, a team with serious minerals, with real minerals. You get me? And your man. Do you know what? We're just gonna clear this out of the way, Johnny. Let's just get
Yeah,
this
let's get
one out of
into
the
it.
way. That goal, that winning goal in the friendly, Mason Mount. What a finish.
It's world class, mate. World class. And let's have it right. Minerals Mount was playing in the double six with Jorginho. Yeah. Dictated the game, won the game for us. I know it's a friendly and all that, but he looks sharper than everyone in that game. He looks well up for the season. That's my baller. He lands the minerals everywhere he goes. Let's have it right. I mean, he's just everything. And let's have it right. He can play left, front, right. He's played false nine. He can play 8. He can play 10. And now he's playing 6.
Yeah.
And where I wanted to see him was running into the box or outside the box, and he's going to be devastating. I'm telling you now, he's going to get more goals and assists playing in that position than what he has been, even though he's been our best, stats wise, he's been our best, or he's been our best overall for the last 2 years, 3 years, arguably. Yeah. In that position, he's a baller. He's just the minerals, isn't he? He's generational, Gunny. He is.
I love it.
He
Listen,
is.
listen. I love him. And do you know what, Johnny, bruv? And I don't care what nobody says. I love this man's energy for his club. Johnny's energy for Chelsea Football Club is absolute world class, bruv. Yeah. So I always fuck with you, Johnny. Always. I don't care what anybody says. Like that shit there is real, fam. So that's why I'm always backing Johnny. You get me? So
I appreciate
Mace,
that, Gunny.
listen, we love him. We love him. We love him over at Chelsea. And if you don't love Mason Mount, as Johnny says, and as I say, you're not proper Chelsea. You
Well,
get me?
I'll just put you in that fan category, not a supporter, because a supporter
Yeah.
supports every player, everything about the club, the whole shebang. Yeah, everything. It's all or nothing as far as I'm concerned. You can dislike certain players, but you still gotta back
You
them,
got backing.
support them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah, do you know what? Because listen, this is why I love my comments, man, because they bring up little things that are interesting to talk about. Obviously, we do have the two main topics, Broja and the two defenders, obviously, that are in the title. But I just want to go through a couple of these ones because this one here was kind of mad. I am not gonna lie. Have you seen that, Johnny?
No, I saw it in the comments, and I haven't had time to sort of scroll, look at Twitter. Who's seen Bakayoko got gunpoint stopped by police in Milan after mistaken ID? Yeah, that's fucked up, isn't
Yeah,
it?
well,
Really?
it's not really funny when you think about it because like
Nah, nah, nah,
being
nah, nah,
stopped in
nah.
a situation like that is scary, bruv. Yeah, it's not something that you really want to be finding yourself in terms of being personally that person in that situation. It's not because you don't know
No.
if you're leaving with your life, regardless of what you're saying is right. These men are trained to do one thing, and that is to detain you or to put you down if they need to. So it's not
Yeah.
really like that's not really something I'd be laughing about. But you get me. It's all over the socials now. It's a good thing that Bakayoko's still alive and breathing because we've seen situations where people don't leave with their lives dealing with the police. So let's be grateful about that one. And there was one more before I wanted to get into the main topic, Johnny.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
It was a good one as well, bruv. It was one that I couldn't miss. It was a good one.
Listen, name me while they're at it in the comments here. Name me a player that can play 6 fucking positions. Yeah, let's have it right. 6 positions at elite level, doing what he's doing with all the stats. You ain't gonna find one at 23 years old. I'm just putting that out there, people. I'm just putting it out there.
And this one before we get into the main.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the last one. What did you make of that, Johnny?
I mean, listen. Deckers and Mace are best mates. It seems that he's on holiday. Where better to go on holiday than with your best mate? And they ride together wherever they go. You know, that's just a normal thing for those two.
Yeah.
And I think, obviously, let's have it right. I'm sure Bowley has set something up. I'm sure they're enticing him. They're grooming him. They know he wants to come. And it's probably a case of, look, is there any chance, fella, that you fancy handing in a transfer request so we can fucking get that price down? Because it's a little bit too high for us. You know, we know you want to come, but West Ham are playing hardball. And I'm getting pissed off of West Ham. Yeah, the way they're moving, the way they're trying to get our player, our youth player, on fucking tuppence. How we're making it easy for them is just like, we'll get into that, obviously. But listen, it goes hand in hand, Guni. There is that side of it where, yeah, maybe we're trying to do something or something's going on behind the scenes, which I strongly believe. I believe that we're going to go in for Rice. I don't know whether it's going to be publicly, you know, rocket launched across the socials and in the media, because maybe Chelsea don't want to go that way. West Ham have got every brown envelope in their pocket, it seems to me, because they're propping West Ham. They're helping them keep the price of 130 million. They're helping them get Broja.
I'm still here, Johnny. One sec, keep going.
Yeah. So like, if you can understand that, these brand envelopes are working overtime to get the best deals for West Ham. No brand envelope. Let me address this to you guys that are watching. Yeah, no brand envelope, right, has interest in helping our football club. There is a huge campaign against Chelsea Football Club. You're seeing it with the pro brand envelopes with Barcelona. No one's fucking questioned where they're getting their money from, how they're getting their money, how they haven't even sold a single player, yet they're signing in Lewandowski, re-signing Dembele, signing Rafinha, getting Christensen, Kessie, all these players, mate. What's going on here?
It's mental.
It's ridiculous.
And do you know what it is? Yeah, because people are coming with there's the whole economic levers talk. All right, I get that, but a lot of these deals are literally give the player to me now and we'll pay you later.
Yeah,
and it's more than one. It's like, how are you getting clubs to agree to this? I think, do you know what it is? I just think Barcelona are just playing dirty with the players that they're targeting and just telling them, listen, if you're going to come to us, part of the agreement is like, under no circumstances, you make it easy for your club to stay. That's probably what they're doing, because if you look at how most of them have acted, except Rafinha, because like he didn't. It was only until the bid from Chelsea came in was when he said, "Nah, I don't want to go there. I want to play for Barcelona."
I don't think we're in for him, Guni, like really seriously. I think that was just a little thing to make Barcelona cough up blood, because it was a little warning. I think if you could get him, great. You know, football's football. It's money. It's business. If Rafinha doesn't get Barca, he's not going to say no to Chelsea on 130 or 60 grand a week, is he? You know, Leeds are not going to say no because they need the money. So it would have been one of those signings that if you get, you're like, yeah, I'll take that. But I don't think it's like that pivotal number one target signing. And at the same time, even though he ended up at Barcelona, which I did say, you know, it's never done until it's done. And he went there, and we forced them to cough up 70 odd million. You know, I think
they
more
definitely
than
didn't want to pay that. They never planned to pay for that.
Yeah.
And do you know who's to blame? Do you know who really is to blame for that price tag? Barcelona should be looking at Deco and saying, "You fucked this one up, mate."
Yeah, cool.
Because he acted disgracefully entirely through the film. But anyway, listen, it is what it is, man. Since then, we've made progression. We've signed Raheem Sterling. We've also signed Kalidou Koulibaly. But there is a case of Armando Broja And this
Right.
one is a bit of a funny situation because just looking at, the small sample base of the fans that I see on Twitter, right? A lot of them are blaming Tuchel.
Yeah.
They're saying, "Oh, Chelsea are selling their starlets. What message does it give to the kids? Blah blah blah. It's not a good message." Well, look at it holistically. What is Broja asking for? First of all, he's asking
He wants first team football, doesn't he?
week in, week out at Chelsea
Yeah.
Football Club.
Yeah.
The key word here is Chelsea Football Club. We're not talking West Ham or Southampton or
No.
respectfully even Arsenal, because he could lead the line for them. He's a good player. Let's have it right, Johnny. We know he's a good player. But you got to respect the title, cuz Chelsea Football Club. And it takes something special to be starting there week in, week out. Now, I know, hold on, Johnny. I know we haven't had our best choice of strikers over the past few years. And some people might come with, well, if you can give Lukaku an opportunity, why not give Broja an opportunity? I kind of understand where you're coming from, but you get me. Broja is still a very young player, and for that pure reason, that number 9 or even that striking role at Chelsea is a very, very heavy position to be wearing at a young age. And Chelsea got to make sure that he's ready for it. And how you do that is you integrate him. You see what I'm saying? There's other reasons as well, Johnny. Look at Conor Gallagher, for example. Look how much quality he's got ahead of him. Is he complaining and pushing for a move?
No, he's fighting for his place, mate. He wants to earn his right in the team. He knows Chelsea's a step up, and he wants to convince the gaffer. He's had a bit of reassurance from the gaffer, obviously. Like Tuchel does like him and admires him. We know that, but Gallagher's loan arguably has been a better loan, the best loan out of everyone.
In the Prem, in my opinion.
In the Prem, yeah. Colwell's loan obviously went very well as well. But if you're talking Premiership level, because that's what we need right now, then Gallagher is probably the best out of the bunch. And he's got a different mentality. It's all down to mentality minerals, Guni. I've always said this. Yeah.
Thank you.
You can be a talent. You can get good numbers, but playing at all these mid-table, lower, lesser teams, is not the same pressure and mentality that is required at Chelsea Football Club. Now, with Broja, there's a lot of things I want to land with Broja, and I'll try and remember as many as I can and land them, right? But the first things first, the kid scored 10 or 11 goals, all right? He scored, I think it's 6 or 7 Premier League goals, or if I'm right, I did tweet it. Hold on. He made 35 appearances. Yeah. He scored 6 Premier League goals, and he scored 2 in the Carabao Cup. No assists. Now, is that starting material at Chelsea Football Club? No, it fucking well ain't.
It's not. Right? It's not even starting material at West Ham, if we're being honest.
No, you're buying pure potential. Now, I get in football, all right, at Chelsea, you don't get your opportunities that often. But my, this kid's got a fucking great opportunity to get 10, 15 games at high level, Champions League potentially, Premier League at a high level where we're competing, playing second fiddle to Kai Havertz, right?
Yeah.
To learn from the gaffer, Tommy T, and build and elevate and eventually cement his place in the team like every other player has done. Mason Mount, Reece James. Look at Trev.
That's another one.
Trev was in and out this last season. Granted, he was in and out. But do you know why? I know he had the injury, but there was a lot of fans calling about Tuchel not playing him. Why does he play him? There was a reason for it, because the gaffer knows the levels of the player. He knows that bringing him in at that moment, at the age he was a big jump from where he was to Chelsea. And what he's done is he's balanced it out for Chalobah. And if you watch Chalobah in the friendly, very composed for a young kid, very composed. Just needs fitness, and he's going to gain experience. Bro has to earn his right, and I'm the biggest Cobham sexual. If everyone don't know me, I rate all my kids, all the young players. I'm for all of them, I love Webster's, I love Soonsup Bells, I like all the young kids, but every youngster has to understand that there's a level of hierarchy at Chelsea Football Club. There's a level of respect. Now, you can say that Broja is forced to move. That's what the brown envelopes are saying. I'm not going to bite into that too much, yeah? But what I will say this, we rejected Cristiano Ronaldo. We didn't get Lewandowski, and there is a clear pathway and opening for Broja to play for Chelsea. The club that has raised him, Roman Abramovich, allowed him to grow in the academy and become the player and the potential that he is now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, in my opinion, there's a bit of repayment due to us as a club that the gaffer doesn't want to sell you, right? He doesn't even want to sell you. He'd be at the best, he'd be happy with a loan. So you need to look at it like, Bro has to look at it like, look, I could do one season playing, training with elites, competing at the highest level, which is only going to elevate my level.
100%.
Or I can go to fucking dead club West Ham, who are going to sell Declan Rice if it's not this year, next year, and then they're going to have to rebuild, and they're going to be mid-table teammate. You know, it's the way it goes. Now, Broja wants to think about financials. He wants a good contract. He wants to sort of progress his career in that. But I said this, all right, it's very dangerous, and there is a risk when you loan players to Premier League clubs and they get a taste of first-team football, and then they come to Chelsea and they get told by the gaffer, look, I'm going to ease you in. You know, this is a big, different level. And if you've got the minerals and you've got the mentality, you will break through and I'll play you. But you have to earn that. And unfortunately, Bro, it seems, doesn't want to do it. And if that's the case, then let's be real. Marina, if she was here, she'd sell him with her eyes closed. They're there to make money on the academy. And like I say, not every academy prospect breaks into the first team. Before Mount and James, and Cho, who did we have? No one. Only John Terry properly made it. And then you had McCracken's, Kakutas, and all these
Josh
players,
McCracken,
right?
that didn't work out.
It didn't work out, bruv. It's a different pressure, different level.
Is Josh's brother still at the club, George?
I think he is, yeah.
He might still be at the club. Interested one night.
We got Gilmore's, mate. Listen, we got other players other than Broja. Like, I like the player, and I think he's got something about him, but he's still very raw and very rusty.
Exactly.
And he needs to be polished. And unfortunately, are you going to get that with David Moyes, fella? You know what I mean? If you got a choice between being managed by David Moyes or Thomas Tuchel's fucking elite, what are you going to go for, man? Let's be real about it. It's about money and playing minutes. But who are you, fella? No disrespect. You're a common boy. But who are you to demand regular first-team football at Chelsea? You know, every player, we got fucking like players that have to earn their right to play, even if they've signed for the club. You know, the gaffer drops Werner's, Pulisic. If they ain't performing, he drops them. Broja's mad. If he performs, he'll play. You know, if Kai Havertz doesn't deliver, he might have a chance. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, what's pissed me off though, Guni, is that West Ham are getting a very good prospect at 30 million. They better make sure they put a buyback clause in there at 30 million, at the most, right? So we can get him back if he does ball out, so we've got the chance. And he'll come back to Chelsea at that price, I'm sure, right? But, fella, why not take a loan, mate? Go on loan to West Ham.
Do another loan, that's the problem.
And if we're selling him, bruv, where's Declan Rice? I want fucking Declan Rice. If you want Broja and you want to pay 30 million, then we'll give you minus the 30 million off Declan Rice's astronomical, ridiculous fee, and we can go and get Declan Rice and they get Broja. Job done.
That's the deal. That's what would make sense, to be completely honest with you, bro. That would make sense. But look, I don't know. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but like definitely on the face of it, it just seems like Chelsea are just rolling over and just allowing West Ham to sort of just come in and just unsettle the player. But it's like you said, bruv. Broja really has to make a decision for himself. It looks like he has made it. And just going back to this question from Hannah, but how do we know if we don't give him the chance? Well, look, he doesn't want to take the chance that's being offered on the table.
He's been offered it.
Because the chance that he wants is to be leading the line week in, week out, and he hasn't earned that right yet. And I agree with that 100% that he ain't on that right. If he feels that he wants to do it somewhere else at a lower level, there's nothing that Thomas Tuchel, Todd Bowley, or anybody can do about that. So I don't understand this notion of, oh, Chelsea, they need to look at themselves if Broja's leaving. No, this is one that appears to have just, he's willing to sacrifice this opportunity for himself.
And this is what annoys me, mate, yeah? And what frustrates me is that this guy's got a pathway. Do you know how hard it is, right?
Yeah.
At Chelsea, when you're a youngster, about timing.
Clear as well.
Timing to come into the team and the squad. Do you know how hard that is? And this guy is sort of throwing it away.
Yeah, he's got a clear one. Because listen, all he's got to run. Look, if Lukaku's out the club, Kai's going to be, as of now, the main number 9. Whatever role you want to give him, he's going to be that one. If Kai goes through spells of inconsistency, Broja, what he has to do, and I don't think this is asking too much if he feels that he's of this ability. If you come in and score 1 in 2 in 10, 12 games, yeah, that in itself, I know to some it's like, well, that's only 6 goals. But when you look at the ratio and the return, that's enough to say to the manager, okay, maybe we can give this guy a run of games. So the opportunity to prove yourself is certainly there. I agree with you, Johnny. Certain, because listen, you remember back in the day how it was. You had your Drogbas, you had your Renelkas, you had your Solomon Kalous. Where are you going, blood? You can't get in it. If that was the situation now, then I'm saying, all right, Broja's got to go and cut. He's got to do his thing. But that's not the case, is it?
That's why, Guni, yeah. Back in the day, under Roman, it was all about buying the superstar, stellar signings and experienced internationals to come to play at Chelsea because he wanted to win at all costs, right? So the youth academy at that period before, during Roman, he was building the academy because they wanted to be self-sufficient. Now we are producing the talent from 10, 15 years ago is coming through now, right? Roman's gone. There's a new 1 in, 1 out policy. Granted, we're buying experience because we've lost experience. We've lost experience in our team. So we have to buy with that experience and get a balance between that and Cobham and Premier League proven players and international or players from other leagues. It's common sense. Yeah. And the gaffer came out with all this Colwell nonsense. The brown envelopes fucking landed on everyone saying like, oh, he's going on a permanent deal. Where the fuck did all these lot get this from? Where did you get that Cole's going on a permanent deal? The gaffer had to come out after, did he or did he not come out? And he said, I need to get a balance between a pathway for the youth that are talents, experience that we've lost, bringing in experience, and so that we can compete, because we still need to compete. We need to close the gap on Liverpool and City. I mean, it's not hard to understand, but all these young players demanding, oh, I want to play. We're fucking Chelsea Football Club. Exactly. I love Cobham, and I'm telling them, it's fucking, you got to fight and earn your right. Like Reece James and Mason Mount, granted, Lampard said, look, I'm gonna give you a lot of minutes. You know, you're gonna get minutes. Yeah. Maybe Broja and Cole have been told the opposite, like Gilmore was told last year, and then they're deciding on a loan. I kind of understand it a little bit, but at the same time, their timing was good. Broja's timing and Cole's timing is good.
It's perfect for Broja, especially. But look, listen, his agent isn't stupid. He's not stupid himself. They see these things as well. Let's remember that they see what we're seeing. But I don't know. But listen, at the same time, we've also got to be fair as well. I don't want to see Broja leave the club on a permanent deal. Absolutely not. I like the player, and I've ranted and raved about him during my time on this channel. I think he's a very I think he's got a huge amount of potential, but at the same time, he might feel, well, I can go to West Ham. If I go there and I slap comfortably into the double digits, maybe, well, not comfortably, maybe about 13, 14 in the Prem, he might be looking at that and saying, well, now I've kind of proven myself, and this is kind of, I've taken the stepping stone that I was supposed to take. Now that works in his favor now, his agent's favor, in his own favor in terms of this as well. So you never know. He might be looking at it that way. It might be that it's a good career move for him in terms of that, the returns and proving himself week in, week out in the Prem. Neither of us can deny that.
It's a good deal for everyone.
Except
Broja, his agent, the brown envelopes that are getting paid to fucking force feed us this shit and try and force this move. West Ham getting a very good player for 30 million in this day and age in this market is peanuts. Yeah. But the only team and the only club that isn't benefiting is Chelsea, really. Because now, and I'll tell you why, all right? You can say, yeah, we're getting 30 million and blah, 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 right? But in hindsight, if it's not helping us get Declan Rice, not helping us there, all right?
It's pointless.
It's actually forcing us to have to go in the market and get a striker when there's fucking very few in the market available or at an affordable price.
Yep.
When you've still got to get 2 centre-backs, potentially a wing-back and a midfielder on top of the attack and on top of selling players like Ziyech and Werner, for example, yeah, who I still think will be sold. I still think they'll be sold, those two players. I still think Jorginho, there is a chance Jorginho might go. I don't mind if he stays or not. I think it's worth, if we're only getting 20 million or something, it's worth, and we're not getting Declan Rice, it's worth more to us to keep Jorginho, even if he goes on a free next year. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, but I don't want contract negotiations during the year. Fuck that. But my thing is, you've got to, it's all about timing and tactics in the transfer market. Now, whether we believe or not, let me land this one, yeah? All right, to put things into perspective. All right. What were we fed with De Ligt? We were fed that Thomas Tuchel likes the player. De Ligt, Chelsea are going to put a bid in for De Ligt. I'll tell you exactly what that was, like it was for Gnabry. All right. We were never in for Gnabry. The brand envelopes got paid to say that we are in for Gnabry to get him a better contract at Bayern Munich, which he did for 4 years. And the reason is there was no other team in for Gnabry. And he ain't going to go Arsenal, because if Arsenal would want him, but they ain't got Champions League football. He's not going to take that massive step down. There was no one else in for him. All right. Chelsea are actually known in the market. So therefore, let's fucking put Chelsea's name with this player like they did for De Ligt, because let's have it right. Bayern Munich came out of nowhere. All right. De Ligt came out of nowhere with us. But what did Juventus do? They paid the brown envelopes to get us in the conversation, to force Bayern Munich paying, what did they pay, Guni? 80 odd million?
That's
no
what I'm
problems.
saying. Yeah.
No questions asked. Yeah. Because they thought Chelsea were going to go into a negotiation battle, when I don't think Chelsea were in for him. They were more in for Ake. They're more in for Kimpembe, and they're more in for Kounde. But Kounde, let's have it right. Yeah. Kounde, all right? I expect him to go Barcelona, all right? I do actually genuinely expect him to go Barcelona, because they're fucking, I don't know, mate. They're feeding these players something in the food, the women that they're sending them. I don't know what they're doing, bruv, but they're doing something, all right, next level. Everyone wants to go to Barcelona. Now, we were told by tier ones, the tier one brown envelopes, were we not told that was a Marina target? Tuchel doesn't favour the player. Were we not told that?
We were told that, yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, because we didn't get Ake, all right, we're going in for Kounde. How does that make any sense? I'll tell you how it makes sense for Kimpembe, because Kimpembe's a lefty, all right? But it makes no sense for Kounde, because Kounde's a right footer. So where are we going with this? Why are you shoehorning Chelsea Football Club into what? You want Barcelona to pay more money? Sevilla, probably no, maybe. I'm just saying, maybe that Thomas Tuchel doesn't want Kounde. Otherwise, really, in reality, we would have gone and signed this player, all right? So they brought the Marina news out, and it was a board signing, and blah, blah, blah. We believe in all these board signings, but we don't believe Lukaku's a board signing from the wrong uns that still think that Tuchel wanted him and like wanted the player, blah, blah, blah. Well, it goes hand in hand, and it works with Kounde as well. Now, look, we're going to see how Kounde plays out. But, mate, we've been doing a deal with this guy for over a year. Terms have already been agreed, all right? It's about getting Sevilla to drop down their price. That's what it's about. But are we going to drop down their price to benefit Barcelona? No.
No, we're not.
Who would do that, I wonder? Who would do that, I wonder? The brown envelopes, mate.
Yeah,
that's who would do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they've got all the interest in this. But
you know what I mean? And also, if you're going for Kimpembe, that blocks Colwill. But does it really block Colwill? You haven't got another lefty. What did we struggle with last season? We only had Rudiger, who's a lefty, who could only really
Well,
play back
Rudiger's not really naturally a left-footed player though, but he adapted well to that left centre back role, which is something that doesn't happen too often. You get me? Like, it doesn't happen too often, but it is what it is. It worked with Rudiger, but chances of that happening again are few and far between. So I hear
anyone
what you're saying.
coming at the gaffer, Guni, yeah. Let me say this: we've got Super Tommy Tuchel. He knows exactly what we need. Thiago at the back, Timo in attack. Chelsea going to win the Champions League. Fuck off if you're doubting Tommy T, yeah, because of Cobham boys and this and that. Because I'm the biggest Cobham sexual going, bruv. Let's have it right. And I'm telling you, yeah, do not doubt the gaffer.
No, absolutely not. We can't. We got to trust him. And that's what we've been saying under Abramovich. Oh, we need him to trust the manager. We need him to take control of the transfers. Let him bring the players that he wants in. And people weren't taking into account that there are going to be players that you're not going to want. And there might be one or two that baffle you. But I'd be a liar to tell you, Johnny, or anybody else, that I haven't seen quote unquote utility and squad players actually utilize their roles very well and have helped teams win the titles. You know who was king at doing that? And I know it's a different era, right? But Alex Ferguson was king at doing things like that.
Fergie, mate. Fergie,
he was signing people that you was
Premier
thinking,
League manager.
Yeah, he's signing man that you're thinking are sidemen, cuz, but they're coming in there and they're doing the job. You see what I'm saying? Let's have it right. When you look at Manchester City, your Zinchenko's and that, they're not world beaters. But you can see their importance in the role, even down to Nathan Ake. He's not a world beater either, but you can see the importance to the depth in their squad.
And versatility. You need versatility, didn't you?
That's it. So there are things. Listen, football's a very, it's a tactical game, man. Like, the market is not always going to give you the perfect player for specifically your team, your manager's style of football. It's not going to happen. So this is why sometimes you've got to mix the top quality with the not so quality ones, but get the foundations right and understand their roles to a very, very good degree, probably above average degree. You see what I'm saying? So I can understand sometimes why these moves are made, but you see where my only problem would be is if we actually pulled the trigger on a 50 million sterling pounds on Ake. That's when I'd be like, all right. 50 M's on a backup would have been a mad thing. Yeah, but on a backup would have been mad. That would have been my only gripe on that deal.
I don't think he was a backup, Guni. If I'm being honest,
he was coming in to start, but then what about Koulibaly? Or was Koulibaly the backup to Ake, you reckon? Is that what you? Because then that's what you must be saying then. Because if Ake didn't come to start,
you know how it works, right? I think the signings that we're actually making that you hear come out of nowhere are the actual targets, if I'm being honest. I think a lot of all the other names that are sounded out are just their brown envelopes are just trying to fucking, like darts where you just try and hit any fucking number. That's what they're doing, They're not playing the game properly. They're not. Are Chelsea going to really tell the brown envelopes who their target is for them to go and do the work for the club that we're trying to buy that player off? Koulibaly apparently was spoken to since like June or something. So it's been kept quiet for all that time, hasn't it? Well, that tells you.
All of a sudden,
Kounde's been quiet as well. Kounde's been quiet, isn't he? So maybe that's going to happen. Is my
Johnny?
point.
Let me just go back to this comment 1 second.
Yeah,
I get where you're coming from, Sir Timo. Feels mad weird saying that though, but I do feel I get where you're coming from. But look, now let me put it into perspective for you, uniquely for a Chelsea scenario where we're at today, 16th of July 2022. Koulibaly gets injured, and we've got Colwill. Cool. Let's say, God forbid, Colwill even pulls a hammy and has to sit out for 3 weeks, and we've got both of them out. Do you know what the drop-off is from there? You're talking Malang Sarr. Who would you rather? I'm asking you with the chat. Who would you rather at that point? Let's say Cooley gets injured. Colwill has to sit out for 2 or 3 weeks, and we've got some big games coming up. Would you rather that drop-off be from Colwill to Malang Sarr or from Colwill to Nathan Ake? Answer honestly. Because I think this is what's going through Tuchel's head as well. Because, the way we're aggressively approaching that left side. Yes, we've lost Rudiger, but the way we're aggressively approaching that, I think he's thinking, bruv, we cannot rely on Malang Sarr in any circumstance. We just cannot.
I mean, Saab, mate. I mean, he's got no aerial ability. His passing ain't that great. That's why they want Kimpembe, right? Because Kimpembe's pass completion rate is fucking through the roof, and it's very important, especially in the Premier League where you don't get a lot of time on the ball, that you're able to pick a pass to relieve your teammates and actually regain and start an attack again. And we struggled with that. I think he's got a better touch and pass completion than Rudiger. You know, he's technically better. I'm not saying he's got the shithousery and all that, but that comes with Koulibaly. So you've got, as long as you've got these minerals, all these different type of minerals across the back line, then that's all you need. It's not like, it's very rare you get every fucking mineral that you need in one player. That's why Minerals Mount is the minerals, because he's got everything. But my thing is Ake, whether you like it or not, is an upgrade on everything we've got, just not Rudiger. But I think Koulibaly is that upgrade on Rudiger, if we're being honest. And I think Kounde is there to compete with Trev, all right? And also act as cover for Reece in wing-back, if need be. See, because it's about versatility. And the players that Thomas Tuchel is buying are versatile players. Ake, for example, could play left-back, left centre-back, back three, back four, DM, right? He's got Ampadu, who he likes, because he can play DM and he can play centre-back.
I like the idea of that as well. I'm not against it. I'll tell you that now.
Someone put in the chat that he's one-dimensional, Gaffer. He's fucking far from one-dimensional. The Gaffer changes the formations within the game.
Within the game,
back threes,
exactly.
Back fours, inverted wing-backs, wide wing-backs, playing the 2-2 at the front, so 2-2, or he played the 1 with the 3. Do you know what I mean? It's like he does that within the game, depending on our position. So our Gaffer is elite tactically. When it comes game by game, as long as he's got the minerals that he needs in every position, and he's got cover, and it's not necessarily right, Guni, where people don't understand when it comes to transfers in this window. It's not necessarily having like for like replacements. It's buying players that may fill one position for you that you need, that can cover another position and will do it well, because the Gaffer elevates every player that he seems to come across.
Yeah,
there's
that factor too. Yeah, there's that factor too. Now, Sal, just look, he's saying if Ake is the best we can find, then our scouts need firewood. Right, listen.
It's not scouts though, is it?
Yeah,
that's Thomas Tuchel.
That's what there's that as well. And then look, let's say hypothetically, because this is a centre back that I do like. I remember his performance in the Euros, and I remember some of his performances with RB Leipzig, and that is Josko Gvardiol. I think his quality. Now, let's say you trust. Let's say you trust Colwill. That's a direct competition for Colwill now, because they're both in the same age group. Gvardiol might be 21, 20. No, he's not. I think he's like 20, 19, 20. So you're directly in competition with him. So now that's where Colwill is going to look at the situation and say, well, hang on a minute. We're at the same age group. Yes, he's played in the Bundesliga, but I feel like I should still be getting my chances. I still feel I'm good enough to do better than being 4th or 5th choice. You got to play this game carefully.
Listen,
you can't just sign world-class players or potential world-class for every position. It's impossible.
You can't. You ain't got the money to do it, because you need to replace too many players and repair the team in too many positions. So you can't blow 70s, 80s, 90s on fucking every player. It's not possible. In one window. We're trying to make up for lost time with the sanctions, and we're trying to repair our team from the players that have fucked us over, leaving on frees and fucking us all throughout the season on contract negotiations. My thing is, I've seen 2 comments. The first comment is we don't win the league with back 3. Well, Conte won it with a back 3, so that's nonsense. Yeah. All right. The second thing is, when it comes to Colwill, if Colwill is good enough, right, which we all know he's got minerals, if he's good enough, then he will break through, regardless 100%. Of who's playing there. Mason Mount, for example, right, was told he was going to. Everyone thought he was going to be benched because we bought Kai Havertz to play number 8, 10. And how did that go? You know, if you're good enough and you perform and you're trusted, You play. That goes for any player. Doesn't matter if you've got a player. Timo's been benched. How long last season was he benched, bruv? If Timo doesn't perform, he's getting benched. Pulisic getting benched. Ziyech getting benched. The gaffer don't give a fuck because his main target is to win. He wants the 3 points. He wants to win. And he wants players that are on board with that. Now, Lukaku fucked up our team spirit, granted, ruined it, tarnished it, in fact, shat on it, pissed on the ashes, the lot. But, we've got rid of that now. And now we're getting Ampadu's coming in, being on how many loans has Ampadu been on? And he's still young.
And he's still not complaining.
And he's prepared to fight and do a job and whatever the gaffer wants of me. That's what I want in my football club. If Colwell thinks he's too good to come back to Chelsea and earn his right because he's only been guaranteed 5 to 10 games, then listen, 5 to 10 games, I can understand it, but go on a good loan, all right? Don't request a permanent deal. You've played in Championship. Did Mason Mount request a permanent deal like Reece James? Did they? They didn't. They were playing in Championship.
And they smashed the living daylights out of it. Every single one of them smashed the living daylights out of it. Reece James, Colwell, and Mason Mount. They came back and they still weren't guaranteed spots in the first team.
No, they weren't.
Still got to transition yourself in. And once this is the difference, they sat down knowing, because when you look at them, they're looking at it like Mason James are saying, you see, once the gaffer lets me on, it's long. I'm not coming off the team sheet. That's the mentality that they have. Reece James is sitting there calm because he knows once he gets his opportunity, then Aspi is not starting over him ever again.
But what's the difference though? There is a big difference here in the discussion. Is that those two players are both generational talents.
There you go.
I mean, like, I'm sorry, if you go in world football, you ain't finding better players than them at their age. You ain't. So they're going to play. You see, when you got that much ability and that amount of minerals, you're going to break through regardless. Trevor has fought hard to break through. He proved to Thomas Tuchel over a pre-season that even though we didn't get a Kounde, the gaffer was, Trev is good enough. He's going to do me a job. All right. And he's going to develop the kid.
I like Trev. I like
Trev is a baller, mate.
And I think he gets unfair treatment, man, in the fan, because I see people rubbish him quite a lot. People forget what he's actually done for this club. The amount of times where he stepped up where nobody's actually looked like they wanted to do anything at times.
Can I remind him as well, Guni, bruv? Yeah. In the Carabao Cup final, Trev, got his whole thigh and nutsack, right? Yeah,
ruptured,
it was his dick. It was dick. His dick got done by the dirty studs of them dippers. Yeah, all right. At half time, he went and had surgery, and he came back on the pitch, and he took a penalty when it came to pens. Yeah, that's the mentality.
This is what I'm saying.
That's the minerals, bruv, to play for Chelsea Football Club. If you ain't got them minerals, then you might as well jog on and go to your fucking dead teams. Yeah, because Chelsea's next level, mate. Chelsea are the current world champions. We won the Champions League under this manager. If you do not want to take that opportunity, then go. Fuck it. Whatever. We ain't going to lose sleep. The gaffer ain't going to lose sleep. He's just going to get someone else that will do the job for him. It's simple as that.
Absolutely. But do you know what? Let's before we do wrap up the stream and that, I mean, we got about 15-20 minutes to go, Johnny.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kimpembe, because that's another one that seems to be dividing the fan base quite a bit. There's qualities about him that I do like in terms of him on the ball and his ball playing abilities from the back. I will never ever question him. I think he can be majestic at doing that at times.
You talk about mistakes.
His defensive, the defensive side. I'm old school. You're old school, right? We like to judge our defenders on what? The ability to defend one-on-one, the ability to sniff danger, the ability to own your space. These things here, when I look at that, I don't think he's really the complete package as to what he should be, especially at the age he's at now. I think he should
be a bit 26 or 25.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly older than the other. Yeah, 25, 26, around that age. But that's where I kind of have my doubts. Will he get more protection in the back three? That goes without saying, obviously. But you still, for me, I feel a bit funny about this still. And again, this one will come, for me, it will come down to, what is his role when he comes to Chelsea Football Club?
Well, he's a lefty.
In my opinion, and I hope you agree and the chat agree, this guy doesn't start over Koulibaly. I hope to God that Tuchel's not thinking that, and I have faith that he's not thinking that. But he does not start over Koulibaly for me.
No, but in a back three, Thiago Silva won't be playing as many games. He's 37 going on 38. Yeah, let's not forget that. It's going to be. I think what the gaffer needs is he wants quality that is on the same level, probably better than Rudiger and Christensen, so that he can manage Thiago Silva in the best way possible, so we get the best out of him in the big games and certain games. But when Thiago Silva's not playing or he gets slightly injured, you can play Koulibaly in the centre position, you see, in that back three, because he's a leader and he's commanding, right? Then you can have Kimpembe still, and you can have Trev or Kounde or whoever, or Reece James, for example. There is options there.
I feel, that's something that we need to talk about as well. Yeah. I know he can do it, and he did it against Real Madrid on a yellow card as well early in the game, which is a very difficult thing to do at that level. And to pocket him as well. That, you see, when I saw that, that's when I said to myself, this guy is just a ridiculous player. To do it under that pressure is mad. But I don't want to see him at right centre back. I need Reece James pinned as a right wing back or a right back. I don't want to see him in the centre back positions. Why? Because that guy for me is, if not the best right wing back in the world at the minute, or at least one of them. And you have to keep your best your best players in their best positions. And he's
but he could also play in the back four as a right back and still bomb it up and down.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want to see him at right centre back too often. I want to see that if it's an emergency situation. I don't want to see that as like a go-to in the game. I want this guy to be able to go forward.
Do you know who's got
in the midfield? Go on.
Well, I was just saying with Reece James, I think he's got the versatility, to play right centre back, right back, and right wing back. He can play three positions. Maybe DM. I wasn't convinced with him in DM, but he might be able to develop in that department. But three positions, without a doubt, he's out, untouchable, if you like. If need be, depending on who you play. Like, for instance, when you played against Real Madrid, he played the right centre back, didn't he? Because Christensen got fucking done every time. Yeah, maybe had the period pains or whatever, but it is what it is. And Reece James is a no-nonsense player. So I mean, listen, I trust the gaffer when it comes to Kimpembe, Guni. What I will say is it's very important to play out the back. Extremely important, and one of the hardest things to find is ball playing centre backs at a high level. Now, Kimpembe is that. Koulibaly will give you the aerial ability. So will Thiago Silva, headering wise, because they're elite. Yeah, they're quality at that. So you don't have to worry about that. It's more about positional awareness on that left side and the ability to recover, tackle, and release. Right. That's the main thing. When it comes to corners and that, we'll see what he's like. But people comparing him to he's like a slightly better Zuma. Fucking Zuma's got no fucking ball playing attributes whatsoever, bro.
Listen, and this is the thing, right? I love Kurt Zuma. I love the player. Obviously, I don't agree with the whole Catgate situation. I don't agree with that. I don't like cruelty towards animals. But before that, I really do like Zuma, but technically on the ball, he's an absolute shambles at times. Yeah, this guy, I remember under Lamps, I used to get heart palpitations every time he was on the ball in our defense. Kimpembe's far from that.
I always say it, right? My number one criteria when I look at a player in any fucking position, you've got to have a good first touch.
100%. That's the basics of football.
That's why I didn't want Lukaku, bruv. That's why I didn't want him.
What I tell, bro. You see, when I was coaching at South Bronx United, bro, they said, Coach, what do we need to improve on? If you're not practicing your first touch every time you've got the ball, I don't want to hear it. That's the first thing I want to see you doing if you don't know what to do. Yeah, work on your touch. Your wall is your best friend. If you ain't got a friend. You know what I mean?
These people try to tell me that Lukaku's touch improved. Listen, let's have it right. Yeah, players are born with this touch. You're born with it. It's a gift. You understand? You can always develop. You can always improve. But one thing that you're given is a gift when you're a footballer, or anything you do in life. You've got a gift. Something you've been gifted. Yeah. Messi's touch is a gift the way he is with his left foot. You know, Mason Mount is gifted. Reece James gifted. Like, but talent alone is not enough. Romelu Lukaku is one of those players that is just not. I'm giving an example because he's a cement boots, but he ain't got the touch. You can't even improve the touch. The only way he could improve his touch was by playing in that Pensioners League Serie A, where he's got more time on the ball and less pressure, so your touch doesn't get exposed. But in the Premier League, look at Pep Guardiola's criteria. When he looks at all the players he recruits, what have they all got across the board?
Technical brilliance.
It's a fucking technical brilliant touch.
You have to.
You know?
You have
What's
to.
Tuchel looking at now? Look at Tuchel now. Kounde, technically gifted.
Technically
ability.
Insane. Kounde is technically
Kimpembe,
stupid.
technically gifted. Koulibaly, big fella, he's technical, bro.
Have you seen that brother's left foot? Have you seen? Listen, forget about the defense because you know he's got it. You know he's got the defense. Have you seen this brother strike a ball?
Ping it that way and he'll look that way.
Have you seen him strike a ball, bro?
Yeah, of course. He's got a shot on him. So what I'm saying is you've got attributes there. You've got Thiago Silva, who we all know is generational baller.
Yeah.
The minerals.
Let's have it right.
So him, he's got everything. So, and he's definitely got first touch. Yeah. Man's got first touch, this guy, Silva, like with his head and all. It's one thing having your feet, but being with your head.
He's Brazilian, isn't he?
But it's elite, mate. I've never seen anyone on my life. Like Terry was the GOAT, and the way that Thiago Silva in tight positions of high pressure, and he'll do like a little head like that, and it will just dink it down lovely for your player to just carry on the play. Where most defenders would just go fucking
just get it out. Just get it. If in doubt, get it out. But you see, with him, when he intercepts or he makes a tackle, he is trying to be consciously aware as to where that ball's going. And it's again like it's just different levels. I'm glad you see these things, Johnny, bruv, because it just opens up the conversation and just makes it that bit more. You get me? Because some people don't see these things; they don't understand.
Well,
it's
how can you not? I mean,
look at football. This one, you see it.
Well, look at. Let's go through City, for example, quickly. Let's just go through City. Grealish, has he got first touch? Yeah. Bernardo Silva, has he got first touch?
Oh, fuck me.
Aguero, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Phil Foden, So that's their whole front line. Even Haaland's got a fucking touch, right? For a big fella, right?
Those guys have all got a touch in their sleep.
Let's go through our front line, all right? Kai got a first touch, yes.
Hell yeah.
Mason Mount, yes.
Yep.
Pulisic, yes. I think he does.
He does, but it's not as consistent as the others.
Yeah. But we'll take consistency out of it. Let's just talk about...
Can he control the ball, yes or no?
Can he control the ball? Yes. All right. Can Cho? Yes. All right. Can Werner? No. No, he can't. No, he can't. Can Ziyech? Sort of. Well, there's your answer. You need every player in your front line to have a touch, because when someone rifles the ball at you in a high pressure moment, and you've got that ability to just kill the ball, then it buys you time for all your players, bro.
It's worth its weight in gold, 100%.
And it's more important. I mean, in the attack, it's lovely to have, but it's very important in the middle of the park and in defence, because those are the highest pressure moments for your team where you're being pegged back and you're being attacked. So you need to have that composure and that touch to get you out of trouble, at the very least. I'm not saying it will always get you out of trouble, but it will damn right help you better.
Wow.
Stones has got a first touch.
Edison's got a first touch.
Even Edison, their goalie, for fuck's sake. I mean, our goalie hasn't, but he's elite at everything else. Maybe his distribution, he can improve, which I think he will. But let's have it right. If you know about Edouard Mendy's his life and how he's become a goalkeeper, you've got to cut him some slack, because he's coming to his career quite late on, being a goalkeeper. So he's still got room to develop, and he will develop. Doesn't matter about goalies. Goalies have got longevity. They can play till they're 40 years old if they want. So, but I'm just giving you an example. Things can be worked on, but our gaffer is the best gaffer in the world, in my opinion, in elevating so-called average or decent players, making them quality, not only quality, but getting them into world-class form. You see, that's the difference between Koulibaly and Rudiger. Rudiger has been in world-class form under Tuchel, right, for that period. Before that, he was fucking a very unpredictable player.
Up and down. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Koulibaly's been in a world-class form, a world-class level, all right, considering the team he's playing in for about 5-6 years. And that's the difference. Thiago Silva has been world-class since AC Milan.
Since AC Milan, fam, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, world-class. Kounde's potential, but Tuchel will elevate him. He'll get him.
He's going to turn him in.
He'll do the same with Kimpembe. He'll get into world-class form because I don't think he's going to be a world-class player. Not everyone's a world-class player, but you can get world-class form, and he'll go. But he will make, right, in my opinion, fucking Mason Mount world-class, mate. Anyway, he's fucking the minerals, and I think Reece James is as well. So I think they're just going to keep the trajectory going. Keep the levels, keep hitting higher, and no one's going to doubt or question nothing anyway, like people do.
No,
now.
I think you've explained that very well, Johnny. To be honest with you, man, because it certainly puts certain things into perspective for me, especially about Kimpembe. But I do feel a bit better now about that. The Kounde situation, for me, I'm not going to lie to you. If it's a choice between the two, or if we're signing, what I'm hearing it's not. Apparently, we're looking to sign both of them.
Well, Kimpembe's a previous Tuchel signing and player. If I don't know,
he is.
He did sign him, right? So listen, let's have it right. You go and get him Kimpembe, bro. He wants him. Yeah, he wants him. He knows what it's all about. He's worked with a player. That's great. Easy transition for the player, and for Tuchel for what he wants. I mean, no one should be doubting what the gaffer wants, right? No one. My thing is, Guni. My thing is, my concern, right, is what I heard about that Adam Newson. He's a tosser. Blocked me for no reason. I don't even know the guy, but he's reported about Gilmour, all right, leaving the team. Now, my concern is if Gilmour's going on a loan, I believe it's a loan. He's not getting sold. It's just a loan, right? As long as it, hopefully to Lamps at Everton, that'll be a good loan. But if you're losing Gilmour, someone's got to come in, bruv.
Somebody has to come in.
Yeah. And Tuchel said we have to address the back line first, and then we will look at the attack. But I think he's looking at the midfield and the attack. But they have to address the areas where we've been screwed over. He's going to address first, yeah? Let's have it right. My concern is, who are you going for up front? Who are you going for as a backup striker? Who are you going for as a winger who can maybe play wing back as well? Because all these shouts are Leao, is it?
Leao, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, Leao. You know, let's have it right. He's 80-90 million release clause. He's just won the Serie A title. Is he going to leave? No.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
And he wants to sign a new contract as well. So
Gnabry's gone. Dembele's gone. Rafinha's gone. Neymar, mate. It's got to be Neymar. We've got to go for Neymar. Who else is there?
We're gonna get into that. No, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. I just want to, before I forget to the super chat, we're definitely going to talk about that.
Sorry about that.
Koulibaly would start at right centre back. He plays left mostly, but he's right footed and can play all three centre back positions. Kimpembe at LCB, Silva at CCB. Yeah, that does make sense. And that is a good back line. Reece James on the right wing back, and then you've got Ben Chilwell left wing back. That's a serious back line when you're looking. I mean,
that's quality, mate. That's quite. Listen, there's about over 600 people in here. If you ain't fucking smashing that like button, bruv, it costs you nothing to do it. It's piss poor. What are your likes on, Guni?
Listen to John. I've got no idea. I'm on the back end on StreamYard, fam. So someone's gonna have to tell me. No idea.
He's on 186 likes. You lot are taking
that's
the piss.
Unacceptable, people. What is
taking
going
the
on
piss.
here? What's going on here, lads and ladies? Smash up that like button.
Do you know what? Don't say nothing for about a minute. Let them fucking like the video first. Let them like it. And if there's any haters in here of me or Guni, you can all fuck yourselves.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's have it right. Yeah. We land the minerals, mate. We land the minerals.
Right,
like the video and subscribe. Yeah. Subscribe and like. Yeah. I'm getting used to this, Guni, all this nonsense with the like and subscribe. And
get comfortable in it. Hey, but no, just to answer two of your questions, right? I'm going to answer them real quick. So the midfield position, right?
Yeah.
This is one that is very interesting because it's just going back on the principle that you said. You hear something 1 minute and it goes dead quiet. Next thing you know, Chelsea get them through the door. There's that Matheus Nunes guy at Sporting. I don't know the most about him. I'm gonna tell you this now. I don't know the most about the player again. Yeah, but I have seen enough to say that I think
he's got a first touch.
Listen. I've seen because you see over there in Portugal, the games that I will watch are like the Porto Benficas, your Sporting Benficas, and so on and so forth. So like the bigger teams that are playing in the Champions League, or if they're not, they're usually in it. I'll watch them games there. Nunes is dangerous, bro. I'm telling you.
Right.
And he's also versatile as well.
I ain't watched him. I've heard about him. People getting there, creaming themselves a little bit. But how old is he? Just give me a quick brief. How old is he? What position?
23.
What's he going to cost?
23 central midfielder, but can play that defensive mid position. He's technically brilliant. Pep Guardiola likes him. When they played Manchester City, when they played Man City, he said he's already operating at a world-class level. Footballing intelligence is through the roof. Quick, very good in tight positions as well. Very good with the long pass, very good with the short pass as well. Reads the game very well. So he's literally versatile. I think
you're selling me an absolute dream, but
no, but honestly, I'm not joking. From literally from what I've seen of him, bruv. Like this is my conclusion of what I've seen. Everybody will have their own sort of ideas. I'm just giving you what I think of from what I've seen him play over 90 minutes, and from what I've seen him a little closer on the technicals on the YouTube side. But I can honestly say that I think that there's a potentially a special player there, and if that's Tuchel's talent ID, then I'm happy with that one.
Who's come out that we're interested in him?
It was like a week ago or so. Like several of them were saying Chelsea have gone in for a 40 million euro bid for Matheus Nunes. Let me find out the tweets, but it was strong. Yeah, it was strong. And then the news went quiet. But
who's the actual?
I'm looking right now.
Envelope?
I'm looking right now.
Who the brown envelope is? Listen, that might be a backup just to get us through Declan Rice if we can't get him this year. Maybe they're holding off that for a minute. City ain't going to buy him because they just bought Calvin Phillips, which makes me think, why didn't they go for Nunes? Because Calvin Phillips was 60 odd million, wasn't he? Why didn't they go for Nunes?
Okay, all right. So listen, that's what it must have been. Okay, cool. So the first one, I feel kind of mad even bringing up the name because I don't want to disrespect.
I'll just say it, bruv.
I don't want to disrespect her though. Like I know Ian Grimes.
Is it Grimes?
She did first, yeah. but then, hold on. But then Simon Phillips did say something about it too. I think.
But who's he quoted? Who's Simon Phillips quoted saying it? Because he normally actually said it.
Is it Ebola? I think Ebola. I think.
All right.
I think Ebola, I think, but I know they're Portuguese. Yeah, Ebola.pt. So yeah, they're Portuguese. I don't know how strong they are over there in Portugal. Maybe one of you lot can let me know in the chat whether they're reliable. I don't know who Sports Witness are quoting because sometimes they're inconsistent. They don't always show who they've been quoting. I'm just trying to find the main guys who tweeted it, who were talking about it.
Well, listen, that might be one to look out for.
Frank Khalid too. He's come out.
He's not really a journo though, is he? He's just he's like a fucking. What would you say? He's just like an associate of like being around the club, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's like a brand ambassador.
I just wish I took screens, but I'm convinced. Listen, I'm pretty sure that there was at least somebody, one of them that the people them listen to. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, a man saying they're reliable. I don't know how many more. Does anyone know if Ebola is reliable? Any more people? I'll take.
Listen, at the end of the day, I want to buy players that have got technical ability. They're a bit exciting. They're young and they can be molded. I think Tuchel's going to move away from the superstar players, which is why I'm not sure about Neymar. But when I was talking to you about the front line, we need someone, Guni. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like Pulisic, Timo Werner and Ziyech ain't cutting it. It ain't cutting it. Did you see Pulisic in the preseason? I know it's preseasons, but why is Mason Mount, Gallagher, all these players look sharp, bruv? Chalobah, they all look sharp. They look good. You know, I expected from like Barkley, get fucking Barkley out of our football club. He was fucking prancing around like a princess in that game. Like, you know, players like that, Bakayoko, they've all got to go, which opens up doors for a Nunes or Declan Rice, yeah, and or both, maybe both.
This is what I'm saying, because
maybe for
40 million euros for that
so
quality,
still that's 30. That's like Koulibaly money, 32 million
right
or something
down there.
stupid.
So this is the Portuguese source you said announced Pablo Vieira to Arsenal. And then I haven't really seen anybody say that they're in the bin or they're not very reliable. So let's see. Let's see. It's the transfer window. Let's see what happens. But if I know you don't know much about the player, Johnny, but like if we was to get him, I would be happy with that. I actually would, because I've got a lot of faith in that guy. I reckon he's gonna.
I'm down. I'm very excited about players like that. I'll go and check him out. I'll go and watch him. I'll watch like a 15-minute video on him or something.
Yeah,
I don't. Well, to be honest with you, I could probably gauge it from about a minute or a minute and a half whether he's got some minerals at the very least. But then you've got to really look into him and
that's what I like to do, because you see, for me, if I watch strictly through like YouTube compilations of a player, there's only a few things that I'll pay attention to. So I'll definitely look at the first touch and the level. And this is the thing, is like, I know people can say, well, you know, YouTube still, but there's things with the first touch that you can tell. Like, there's one thing killing the ball dead, but there's also placing the ball exactly where you want it, where you don't break stride and things like this, and you're doing it consistently. That's another level that I tend to look out for, things like that. But I like to judge on watching probably about 7 to 10 games of a player in their position before I can say, okay, I've seen him this much this season to make a bit of an all right decision. And I can honestly say that I've seen more than, at least 5-6 games of Nunes play. So
you've just triggered me on something, not necessarily what you said, but something's just reminded me. Now, there's a lot of people talking about how the fuck are we releasing Broja and Colwill when we got Malan Sarr, we got Timo Werner, we got Ziyech, right? These bums, yeah? That's what they'll say. Well, my answer to that is simple. It's very simple. Where the fuck are you going to sell Malan Sarr, who's on 130 grand or 120 grand a week? Where are you going to sell Timo Werner on 290 grand a week? Where are you going to sell these players that we know are not Chelsea level, where we want to go to close the gap? But there is a difference. Unfortunately, the game is, if you're a talent and you can get you can be got at an affordable price, then you're going to be got, and that's what's happening with Broja. That's what they're trying to do, Cole. And let's have it right. All the brown envelopes, the Athletics, the Simon Johnsons, the fucking Liam Tanneys, all these people, propping out. I don't even know if Nizar Kinsella did it, but they were propping out that Colwill's going on a permanent loan. Fabrizio got on it, and that was on Saturday night because I was streaming on that night. Yeah,
I didn't see that.
All right. And they were propping it, and then the gaffer came out and said, no. Basically, in a nutshell, he hadn't even played a game of pre-season. He's only trained a little bit, and you lot are telling us that he's going to go on permanent. Where the fuck has everyone got this from? Where? And then they said, oh, it's more likely to be a loan. Yeah, so it's going to be a loan. And now we're going today back to a permanent deal, and then Broja out of blue, permanent deal. All this nonsense, mate. Honestly, they're running rings round a lot of you. Literally, they are running rings around a lot. And I don't think the Matt Laws and the Simon Johnsons, I think they've gone down the pecking order with the new gaffer in town, Bowley. You know that?
That's natural. That's natural. That's what's going to happen.
And do you know what? They've been piss poor, propping Lukaku and all this shit, all right? You've been piss poor, and you deserve to go down the pecking order. How are you in your fucking jobs when you don't tell the truth? You're there to report the truth.
That's what
all media's there to report the truth. You don't. You report bangers and mash waffle consistently just to get your clicks and your subscriptions on your fucking Athletic that I would never pay. I wouldn't even pay a penny for. Not even.
Facts. Well,
I wouldn't even wish it on any of my family members to fucking subscribe to that nonsense and and get fed that nonsense, yeah? But let's have it right. Anyway, my point is, Guni, yeah, let's see how it plans out. There's a lot of twists and turns this transfer window. We're just getting started. The gaffer's going there to eat good. He's enjoying the food. He's having nice meals. And he's on from Sterling to Koulibaly. He's on to the next ones. And as far as I'm concerned, Sterling, I wasn't very excited, was I, Guni, with Sterling? Or the rumours of us getting linked to him. But I'll tell you what, oh boy, has this kid got minerals mentality. Has this kid got... listen, when it comes to other players, they might be at a good level, but they're playing for my rivals. Fuck them all. Like, I'm not going to prop them, am I? Let's be real about it. But I'm not disputing he's a top player. Like, I think Tuchel is going to elevate him at a higher level in his prime, and he's going to be scary. And do you know what I like about him? He went to Malon Sarr and he said, "What position do you even play? I don't even know what you play, bro." Yeah, the shithousery from Sterling there to let everyone know, like, I'm a real deal here. Yeah, like I'm a leader, and I love that. We got a leader in the front line who knows what it takes to win Premiership titles, which is what we're craving for. He doesn't know how to win the Champions League, granted, but he's coming for Chelsea for that. He's coming to Chelsea to win the Champions League, just like Thiago Silva's coming to Chelsea.
Yeah, he's not here to mess about. I think he's coming.
He's not here.
He's coming to win it all.
He wants. I think he's looked at all the achievements he's done, and do you know what? He's gone on that list and he's gone, fuck me, I want the Champions League and I want to be proper Chelsea. So I'm going to go to Chelsea and I'm going to go and win everything, because I'm going to take all my experience and all my tactical awareness and everything that Pep does, I'm going to tell Tommy T, and Tommy T's going to mud Pep. Yeah, let's have it right. That is the way it's going to go. It's going to go. And then he's going to mud Mick Arteta, who's trying to be the B-Tech fucking Pep Guardiola, and he's going to mud them as well. And hopefully on the pre-season, they get a nice fucking spanking so they can get back to reality and understand that they're a fucking number 8, 9 position team. You know, Jesus ain't going to fucking carry you anywhere. And he ain't carrying you Champions League.
They need way more than that. This is a player. I think I mentioned him to you before. Scamacca over at Sassuolo.
I saw the tweet. I don't know him.
Have a look at him, Johnny. I think if Broja leaves, I think definitely we should be trying to get him. I think he's very talented. Just the price tag they're asking for is a lot, but again, you're paying for potential. But he got 16 goals in 32 for Sassuolo. He is 23. But like, just watch him. Just watch him. You'll see why I like him.
And there's breaking news here. Simon Phillips through Relevo, who are. So he said Sevilla and Chelsea are already negotiating for Joules Kounde. The proposal of 55 million euros, including bonuses, is still insufficient, but the parties maintain open. Listen, fucking hell, bruv. How many times have I heard us with Joules Kounde low balling, going in for that money when they want the 70 million? So if you want that player, give him 55 plus the add-ons and be done with. What is all this? Is to bide. I'm telling you now, this is biding time for that fucking Brocolona, bruv. I'm telling you 100%. I'm telling you now, if Joules Kounde does not come to Chelsea Football Club, I'm coming for every fucking brown envelope like I do every single time. All right, because that Marina excuse is all used up, you fellas. Yeah, it's all used up. Now. What's your fucking excuse now if we don't get Kounde, mate? Tell me, what's your excuse?
And Reliever have been twerking hard for Barcelona all transfer window, bruv. That's what I mean. So with that one, we've got to watch. We got to keep an eye out with what's going on. 100%. But thank you for the super chat, Ayan, for letting us know that Kounde. The bid has been made. Colwell and Broja are leaving. Can we keep Ampadu? Kai at striker all season is no good. I agree. I was at the game in Vegas. It was an easy finish. So Memphis Depay, no.
Memphis Depay, bro. The guy ain't got mentality. You think he's going to come to Chelsea? He went to Man United and buckled it, mate.
This is Chelsea Football Club. We are not a record label. We are not.
I don't know sloppy seconds, mate. No. Is he at Barcelona?
Yeah, he's at Barca.
Yeah, fuck that. Why am I going to help them?
There's no way. There's no way. And we are.
Listen, if the gaffer wants him, I'll back him. Don't get me wrong. But
we're not a record label
fucking club. I ain't on it. I don't want to do anything that helps them. And right now, the brown envelopes are helping. They're helping. Do you know what? Do you know what they're saying? This is how they're working, Guni. I'm going to land the fucking minerals now, yeah? They have put down that we're offering 55 million, right? Euros including add-ons. Think about that deal, right? Think about that. That's ridiculous. You're going to get rejected straight away. Why? Because Barcelona, the brand evidence has been paid by Barcelona to fucking put that out, so that Barcelona can go to Sevilla and go, do you know what? We'll give you 60 million euros with add-ons, That's closer to what you want. When there's no one fucking in for him.
That's the game. That's what they're doing.
That's the game. That's the minerals there. That's the minerals. Fuck all the brown envelopes. I can't stand them. And all the accounts that fucking bumlick the brown envelopes, You're wrong uns as well. You're just as bad. But anyway, we move, Guni.
Nah, trust. It's a frustrating game, man, because a lot of people get sucked into it, and then the disappointment, including myself sometimes, then the disappointment when things don't happen. It's mad. Then the wrong people start to get to blame, and it creates an atmosphere sometimes, and it's not fair on the manager, it's not fair on the players, and so on and so forth. Again, that Relevo, you got to be careful with them because they are very heavily Barcelona biased. So that's why I take that with a pinch of salt. You get me? But it is what it is, man. I would not be against Joules Kounde coming to Chelsea Football Club. I'm a fan of his. I think he's a good centre back.
But I want Kounde.
I do as well. I
really do. I think. Listen, there is a part of me secretly that maybe we get him. But as far as I'm looking, we were linked to. Let me just get this right. We've been linked to. Oh no, sorry. We've been offered Cristiano Ronaldo, right? When United would never fucking sell Ronaldo to Chelsea. So there you go with that one. That's Ornstein. You're a brown envelope. You're the one that told us. You told us that Kai Havertz would go for no less than 100 million. The day after, what did we sign him for, Guni?
It was 70 M's or something, 72 M's?
72 million. That's right, fella. That's right, fella. So, right, they come out at Ronaldo. We've been offered Neymar. Apparently, we've been offered Neymar. All right. We've been linked to De Ligt. We know how that panned out. Gnabry, Dybala. All the players that either want better deals, contracts, or they want to move. How about Lewandowski, in fact? Even though he agreed personal terms fucking last year.
Yeah, and Tuchel came out and said, Tuchel came out and said, he thinks he's a great striker, but there's no way it's going to happen.
Right, he had to come out. See, the gaffer has to come out and mud these brown envelopes from spreading bullshit news and linking and getting the fan base. This is where it pisses me off, bro. They get the fan base excited, bro. They get them excited with these players, these blockbuster players like Chelsea are going in like Roman. Let's fucking gun the lot down. Do you know what I mean? Let's go in and blow 500 million. It's not working like that. Listen, let's not forget these brown envelopes broadcasted it to every fucking destination that we've got a 200 million kitty. Why would you do that? Why would you tell everyone you got a 200 million kitty? Why?
Everyone's just going to try and pull your pants down. Makes no sense. All right, so Nathan Gissing has just tweeted.
Oh, he's a fucking he's a wannabe one, this one. He's not even a fucking journo. He's a team sheet guy, merchant. Go on, anyway.
He's the owner of CFC News page on Instagram.
Yeah, he's a team sheet guy. Yeah.
Chelsea are in negotiations with Sevilla over Joules Kounde and been told have already sent a proposal of around 50 million euros and add-ons for Kounde. As revealed, Chelsea are reworking on the signing of Kounde, and from the club side, they have confidence Barca remain interested.
There's no difference to what Simon Phillips just put out for the others.
Johnny, I'll say this.
So just the fucking, he's talking shit.
You called him a team sheet merchant.
Yeah, he's a team sheet merchant. He should stick to that, really, because he's only getting information. He was the one that broke out De Ligt, didn't he? Fuck's sake. Do you know why? Because he's with Dimarzio, bruv. Right, he's linked with Dimarzio, so obviously he's going to get 10 fucking props.
You lot need to just smash the like button for Summer Johnny, because
you're getting serious fucking info here, but I should be doing this on my own fucking channel. But you know what? I'm sharing the minerals for Guni. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, it's too funny.
I'll expose all of them. Fuck them all. Even RJ Journalism, that fucking toss spot who blocked me, propping, backing up Liam Taney with Lukaku. Where the fuck is he now? He came up in my mentions, in my comments, going, I don't even know why I blocked you. Yes, you fucking well remember. You know exactly who I am, fella. You know exactly. They all fucking do. That's why they say
because you let them know who you are. Like when there was a point where, like,
I'm letting people know. I'm helping my followers. I'm helping my little
turned up
fellows.
on any spaces, Johnny would just show up and be like, "Listen, you brown envelope, fuck." It'd just be all over him. And that's just comedy. This guy bringing tears to my eyes, man. Who do we get? Striker. Like I said, for me, I'd look at Skamaka. After that, I think it would have to be an extreme for me, and that is Neymar. I would have him operate him as a number 9 because I don't see anybody else out there. I don't see nobody else
Give
out
me the
there.
name minerals, bruv. And do you know what? That one makes sense. And I'll tell you why it makes sense. All right. For certain reasons, you can understand it makes sense. Yeah. All right. So the first thing is the fella can play left on the right. He can play false 9. All right. That's the first thing. He can even play him behind as a 10. Yeah. He's got the fucking minerals, bruv. Yeah. We know that. He's a baller. He's just a baller. The only thing that we're not sure about is, does the new manager want him? We don't, fuck knows. We don't know. Is he, if he moves and they get a Dybala or they get whoever they're going to get, does that release the pathway, open a pathway for us to get Neymar? Because let's have it right. There is no other club in world football that can afford Neymar. Yeah. It's Chelsea. So obviously you've got, Tuchel, you know, he loves the player. So that can work, but his wages are astronomical. I mean, they're 600 grand, aren't they? 600 grand.
Yeah.
It's less than Ronaldo, but these fucking brown envelopes were linking us to Ronaldo on 735 grand a week.
And
Neymar, we're going to pay that sort of money.
Neymar owns his image rights as well. So in terms of like the returns getting from the player, you're going to have to work extra time to get that kind of money back. So it's a complicated situation, man. Yeah, honestly. But listen, I wanted to leave on a very, very sweet note.
Also, very quickly, on that fucking toothpick gizzing, bruv, that team sheet merchant, yeah, let's have it right. He brought out about rubber. Where the fuck did he get rubber from? Where, bruv? Where did he get that from? If he doesn't sign, do you know what a mug he looks like? Even Simon Phillips was mudding the fella. That's how deep it was.
Swear down.
It was. Yeah, he was. He mudded him. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
No, Simon's definitely one of ours.
Simon's a top fella. I like Simon.
Simon's one of ours. I love Simon.
He's one of ours, isn't he? He's one of ours.
But that's how I describe him, bro. Out of them, he's one of ours. Like, he's untouchable. I'll always be at that guy's defense. He's a cool guy, proper. I wanted to leave on a sweet note. On a very sweet note, yeah. Koulibaly, Barcelona's number 1 centre-back target, now at Chelsea Football Club. Kounde, Barcelona's number 2 centre-back target. We get him at Chelsea Football Club. They're in the fucking mud. They can't chat to us all summer.
Yeah, I love that.
Just needed to land that real quick because, you know, I know even myself, some people are feeling a bit, you know, a certain way about Barcelona, but listen, we're definitely going to take it to him.
Well, you know how it's like 40 degrees out here, everything's melting. Then we're going to melt that fucking lot in Barcelona, bro. That's what we're going to do.
I'd love to have them in the Champions League and absolutely spank them stupid if we could. I'm not going to they're a good team, let's have it right, but I'd still like to put them out. You get me? I'd love to put them out. But Johnny,
go on. Sorry, you were going to ask. Yeah.
What have you got up on your channel, or what have you got coming up on your channel? Just let the people know.
So obviously, like I've done my channel for 3 weeks. I've hit my 1K. So thank you to everyone. I've seen some familiar faces. So you guys in here are part of making it 1K. I'm close to the 1.1K. We're moving. We're landing minerals everywhere I fucking go. Minerals FC YouTube channel. I've got my Twitter at Minerals FC, Minerals FC YouTube, Minerals FC Instagram. And obviously I'm Johnny Minerals. Do you know what I mean? So like, listen, even if you don't subscribe and like and all that, but you want to watch it, that's good for me as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm happy. I've been blown away by the amount of people that are interacting and part of the channel.
Johnny, you're a real one, bruv. You're proper. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I say it no nonsense. I've got some real proper Chelsea that come on. Do you know what I mean? That talk real shit. And that being a supporter longer than me. So you know, there's a lot of good things coming. Obviously, I've hit the 1K, so hopefully we just keep going. Road to what, 1 million? What's on AFTV on? What are they on? 2 million?
On over 1 million. I don't know, but listen.
Yeah. I want to fucking let's do him, bruv. Let's do him.
Yeah,
let's do them all. We're a bigger club. We're a bigger club.
As long as we keep it real, keep it consistent, bruv, and we keep showing love. You get me? Our platforms are gonna grow, bruv. That's what's gonna end up happening. Guni blood. We need a Johnny X Troop show. Make it happen. Troops watches the channel. You lot already know this. Troops, that even if he's not in the chat, sometimes he's doing his thing and he does watch the channel. That much I give Troops. He does watch the channel a lot. X as well. They both do watch the channel. They don't always come up in the chat, but because they're usually doing something as well as listening. That's why they're not involved in the chat. But there are quite a few people that watch, and once we've got Johnny on the show more, I can almost guarantee you. And I think all of you lot in the chat know yourself that collaboration needs to happen. I'd love to get one day. I would love to see you, X, and Troops on the same show, bruv. That would be fucking mental. I wouldn't even need to be in it. I wouldn't need to be in it because the energy between the three of you would just be completely off the. Yeah, it would just be mad.
Well, it's passion. It's passion. They got passion for their club, and I've got passion for my club. And plus, we're London rivals. So, well, not necessarily right now. I don't really see Arsenal as a rival, but you know, we've got history there, and that goes a long way, doesn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, 100%, man. But Johnny, thank you so much for coming on the show today, man. I did ask you relatively short notice as well, man. So I appreciate the love for that, man. 100%.
It's a pleasure. Like I say, I love coming on. I should have been on here a long time ago, but let's have it right. If people don't know, I never used to show myself at all, mate. I was just on my Bart Simpson
Abbey. It was just the Bart,
fucking years, 2 years or whatever, or a year and a half. Do you know what I mean? I never used to do all this stuff, Guni. Never got into this, but I enjoy it. It's a way of releasing frustration, happiness. When I'm pissed off, when I've got a vent, that's what I use it for, really. Like today, I haven't done my channel because there's not much. Like I want to really give good content and not have it every fucking day, twice a day, and all that nonsense because it gets a bit tiring as well.
It does, but, it's a lot.
It's nice to come on a stream and not have to do nothing except just look at deal with a mic and that's it.
And
you know
that's
what I mean?
it.
Yeah,
I hear you, Johnny. And big up everybody that is in the chat as well, man. Love to.
Oi, did you not see me with pies and mash? Did you not see that?
I haven't. Was it this? If it was this weekend, bro, I've been from Friday. From Friday to last night, I've been out of commission, bro. Like
I'll send you the link, mate. If you ever want to mud someone, you go and watch that.
You see, look, I don't really like to talk grease on people on here, and this is not necessarily directed to Pice or to anybody, but like if you're gonna be picking on other accounts because they're getting certain things wrong that they don't like a player that you like or whatever, don't complain when somebody turns on you, because your time will come. That's all I'm saying. That's not directed to anyone specific. It's a general rule, and I include myself in that. Yeah, so gotta be careful. Definitely gotta be careful. So, listen, it is what it is. I'm gonna definitely check that one out, Johnny, bro. So you gotta send me that. Because to be fair, he has said a few things on his Twitter, and he's got a huge amount of followers. That has been a bit out of order, and he needs to be a bit more responsible with his account sometimes.
I've seen him taking them like I did. I got pissed off. I don't follow these fucking idiots anyway. But my thing is if you're going to come at your own players, and you were coming at Mason Mount saying he's not good enough at Chelsea, and then you delete your fucking tweet. You know, it's just like, and you were making comps before. That's what he was doing. He's got into this shit, and they're all in a fucking circle. Go and watch it. The start and the end, Guni. All between is just normal stuff. Yeah, the normal minerals. But listen, people go and check out. It was on GNA TV and Blue Chelsea Fan TV. Yeah, so. You know
send me that link. Yeah, definitely send me that link, my bro. But listen, peoples, I'm gonna have to run. Wherever you go out, whatever you're doing, please make sure you stay safe. Also, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you are watching after this live, leave your thoughts down there in the comments. I always do check them out, man. Yeah, so people, respect.